Rancho's house, the lone house in the entire valley, was on the crown of a low hill. From the pinnacle of the hill one could see the rapid flowing stream, and next to it vast fields of ripe corn in between the red kidney bean flowers. Looking at it one could predict that it was going to be good harvest, but needed a rainfall, however brief. All through the morning Rancho kept scanning the sky for signs of rainfall, and he was quite confident that it would rain. "You know, woman, now we are finally going to get some rain." His wife, who was busy preparing food, replied, "Yes, God willing." As soon as Rancho's family, his wife and sons, sat for dinner, just as he had predicted, big drops of rain started falling. In the northeast, huge clouds were covering the sky like a blanket. The air had the smell of rain combined with the smell of fresh earth. The atmosphere at that time was absolutely heavenly. The boys left their food on pretext of getting one thing and another. All they wanted was to get wet and play in the rain. Rancho was very happy as he looked at his field. "Ah, now my harvest is going to be wonderful." He started dreaming about all the things he will be doing once he sells the crops. Suddenly heavy winds began to blow, accompanied by big drops of rain, which looked like huge pearls of ice. "Oh my God, this can't be happening," he thought. No, I will be destroyed. This is no rain, it is a hailstorm. I hope it will pass soon." But in front of his family, he kept a strong front and said, "I am sure it will pass soon, don't worry." Unfortunately, it didn't. The hailstorm lasted the whole night. It destroyed entire field of his precious crops. Everything looked so white, as if someone had thrown sacks and sacks of pearls all over the place. May 18th, 1999. Love, God. Hi, I am writing this letter to you from the extreme emergency, otherwise I will not bother you. You know about the recent storms in my place. Well, it has destroyed me. Everything on my farm was ruined. Corn and kidney beans are almost ready, and all it takes is rain, but instead of rain comes a storm. If it had been going on for a short time it would have been okay, but unfortunately it had been going on for one night. This has put me at a serious disadvantage, you see, God. My sole source of agricultural income, and now it is completely destroyed. There is nothing left. If I leave like this my family will starve to death because we will not have anything to eat. I cannot sit still and do nothing about it. I need 100 pesos to buy my seeds and fields again and buy some food until the next harvest. So dear God, please help me. I know you will not disappoint me. Best regards, Rancho, farmer. He put the letter in an envelope and addressed it to God, Seventh Heaven, and placed a stamp on it and dropped it in the mailbox. Workers at the post office are preparing letters for mail when they come in letters addressed to God. The postman who came in this letter became curious because his father never saw a letter addressed to God. He wanted to open the letter, but his work ethic stopped him from doing it. He decided to take a letter to the postmaster. The postman is a very nice and kind man. He always helps people in any way he can. When the postman gave him the letter, he looked at it and said, "It takes a man with a strong faith to start communication with God. I wish I had such strong faith." After thinking long, he decided to read the letter and maybe reply that. He opened the Rancho letter. Little did he know that replying letters would require more than good intentions, pens and papers. Rancho needs a lot of money, but the post office head does not have any. Because he had decided to help the Rancho, he decided to give away some of his salary, and he asked his friends and co-workers to contribute. But it was impossible for him to collect 100 pesos. He was glad that at least 70 pesos were collected. So he put the money in an envelope and signed it as God, and asked the postman to deliver it to the Rancho's house. When the postman arrived at the Rancho's house and handed it to him, the Rancho was overjoyed. And he keeps repeating, "Thanks God, thank you God. I know you will not disappoint me." Rancho has a very strong faith in God. He was not surprised when he opened the envelope, but when he was counting the money he became very angry. God cannot make mistakes in remittances. So he took the paper and wrote a letter to God again. Then he placed the stamp on it and put it in the mailbox. When the postman took the letter out, he immediately took it to the postman. The head of the post office quickly opened the mail and everyone at the post office gathered around him wanting to know what Rancho wrote to God.